Alright, what's going on, guys? Today, we are going to do a ton of unboxing Hextech's crafting items. We're not actually going to do any gameplay, um, but we're definitely going to see if unboxing these premium chests and regular chests are actually worth it to you, kind of thing. What I've done is pre-purchased 90 premium chests, and then we have 12 of the standard chests. I'm going to open the 12 standard ones first, and we're going to kind of look at what kind of stuff comes in. I already had a ton of champions up here that I've already taken down into blue essence down here. So basically just want to see, like, for the amount of money that you would spend, especially on the premium chest, just to see whether you really get things that are worth it, or if you're better off just buying the skins by themselves. But we're going to go ahead and start with this one. Okay, so it came with 150 orange essence. Usually when it does that, I think it gives you like a summoner ward or something like that. Yeah, an icon for Aimee. A permanent icon for Aimee. Okay. So now we're just gonna go to, actually they've got a thing now where you can open 10, so that's what we're gonna do. So a Cho'Gath champion shard, a Fiddlesticks champion shard, Soul Reaver Draven. Now keep in mind, for somebody that already owns all the champs, those champion shards really do no good. And then you end up building up a ton of blue essence, which basically you can use towards your level 6 and 7 masteries on certain champions. So we got Snow Day Syndra, Barbarian Scion, Nightmare Tryndamere, Acolyte Lee Sin, Sandscourge Skarner, Lord Mordekaiser, and Headhunter Akali, and 2 gemstones. So that's cool. Now we could take, for most people, you'll probably want to save those gemstones and try to get your, Hextech Annie or Hextech Vayne or whatever it is, Soul Stealer, stuff like that. But for the purposes of this stream, and since I already have all those, we're just going to reforge them back into chest and key sets. Let's see, this one. And see if it's even worth doing that. Do you really want to waste your gemstones on that, or save them in case they come out with something new to use? Alright, so let's open this one. Ardent Karma. There's 2 of these. So Scion, it looks like there's something else in there. Another gemstone. And Blood Moon Shin. I like how now at the bottom it does tell you if there's more than one item in the chest. Usually, you used to not know. It would just kind of randomly pop up. So, like this one is got 2 because you'll get the chest and the key. And then we'll go ahead and open that last one. So Championship Callista. So I mean, all in all, not too bad of things. I mean, obviously don't need any champions up there, but the skins were, a 750, a 750, a 750, a 975, a 1350, 750, 975, 1350, 1350, and 750. So now, before we get into opening these, the choices are, obviously we need to just go ahead and de-essence these because we don't really need them. So you can look and see like which of these skins like you actually already own and whatnot, or which ones you may want to turn into a skin permanent. Like if I wanted, let's see if there's any of these that I actually care about putting on there. Okay, let's say this one. So we can upgrade to a skin permanent for 1050 orange essence, which, you know, we can absolutely afford to do. So you do that, you hit upgrade, boom, you now have that skin as a permanent, which is, you know, considered an epic skin. In fact, we'll do that for most of the epic skins right now. Although when we do open the next batch of like the epic chests, we'll save these we'll save a lot of these for rerolls. So basically we want to see if is it worth it to reroll some of these into like you'd pick 3 and reroll them into permanent skins and see if it's worth it. All right. And not that I need to do any of this, because I can just, I mean, there's plenty of room to go into the store and pretty much get any skin or whatever that we want. So, all right. So now we're down to, and these championship jewels don't do anything anymore, I don't think. I mean, that was for during Worlds, so if you missed out on that, you missed out on that. All right. So we're going to open 10 of these premium ones and see what happens. See what comes out of this. Yeah. Oh, and that's actually a champion permanent. So that's not even a shard. So that's pretty good, right? And the Urgot is permanent. Nasus is permanent. Of course, we already have all of these, so that part doesn't matter. Sabertusk Sejuani is a skin shard. Viking Tryndamere. Galactic Azir. Emumu, which I think is like one of the cheapest skins you can get for him. Haunted Maokai. Headhunter Nidalee. And Sweetheart Annie. So that was the first 10. So while we did get some champion permanents, so if you had bought this, you would have got these 3 champs, which basically, you know, I mean, they're okay. They're all relatively cheap champions. I think IP-wise, Urgot is the most expensive, and Nasus and Zillion are $13.50. So, not necessarily worth it, but as you can see, they're already owned, so we really have no other option but to disenchant. Alright, so we're going to open 10 more. Cho'Gath permanent. Scion champion shard. Vhagar champion shard. Fiddlesticks champion shard. So see, if you spend a lot of money on these chests, you have to remember, like, for each one that you open, you practically spent like a couple of bucks just for shards of champions that you already have. So that's always the downside. The good side is when you do get the skin shards for things that you don't have, as long as you have enough essence to do something with. Alien Invader. I actually really like that skin. Slayer Pantheon. Rising Dawn. That's a Dynasty Ari skin permanent. So that came out pretty good for that. Alright, so once again, we ended up... In fact, I'm going to start leaving the champions up here just so that you can see if we get duplicates. How many times you get something duplicated within 100 chests. So we still got a ways to go. And that one, okay. That took a little bit, but Graves permanent. Annie in Wonderland legendary skin permanent. That's still one of my favorite Annie skins. Nightmare Cho'Gath skin shard. Pool Party Lee Sin. Statue of Karthus. And that one's a skin permanent. but it's also a really cheap skin. Earthrune Skarner, skin permanent. Pharaoh Nidalee, skin permanent. There's quite a bit of permanents in this one, which is kind of cool because you don't have to worry about crafting them. So, in fact, almost, I think like 8 out of 10 of those were something permanent. So that's good. That one was a shard. And these are already owned, and there's still 2 additional ones, so I don't even know. So we'll go with the next 10. I mean, this is kind of good if there's champions that you need. It's basically like mystery gifting yourself when they're the champion permanents, but not so much when they're just the shards. But that's 3 permanent champs in a row. And then the Shyvana shard, Scion shard, the new Galio. So if you haven't seen any gameplay for new Galio, it's pretty crazy. I can't tell if he's OP yet or not, but it's his new kit's definitely different. Definitely different. Cass. Master Chef Tom Kinch. The Mundo. King of Clubs Mordekaiser. Okay. So the only thing that we've really gotten duplicates of so far is a Scion shard. So that's good. Alright, Tarek permanent, Yorick permanent, Shyvana shard, Tryndamere shard, Aatrox shard, Evelyn shard, Kassadin shard. I actually like this skin. It was one I could never get hold of in the past, so actually, if I don't already have it on this account, I'll probably go ahead and make that one anyway. Okay, that came with 150 orange essence, skin permanent, and looks like the Blood Moon Yasuo permanent icon. So that was pretty cool. We still got a ways to go. The reason why I say we're trying to find out if it's worth it or not is because for the amount that it would cost, I think I did 90 of these chests, and it's about $15 or so for 10 chests. So figure this would cost you right around $150 or so, so you'd have to do the math on that and see if it's worth it to you to do it this way and potentially get some interesting skins, or if it's one of those things where and there's obviously going to be some extra in this because we're opening 10 but it says 11, so there's going to be something extra. But yeah, you need to see if it's worth it to you to just buy what you want straight up, or just take your chance getting some random things. Well, that one's permanent, so that's good. Another Grave Shard. Okay, Project Yasuo. I think Project Yasuo is like one of my least favorite Yasuo skins. I love the High Noon Yasuo, but... Okay, more shards. Lots of ward shards here. Hey, we got a gemstone, so we can go back to another... excuse me, another regular chest that's crafted from a jewel. And why don't we do that real quick? Let's forge that into a chest and key. And just remember that this is a chest and key that came from a premium chest. So let's see what that actually gives us, what that bonus is. An Olaf champion shard. Okay. Alright, so we're going to open 10 more. Malphite permanent. Another one of these. That's like the third. I got 2 of them previously, but this is the third one. So that seems to be a very popular ward shard, but I think that one actually was a ward permanent maybe. Hey, we got another gemstone. Hey, look, this is actually a permanent, and it's the Guardian of the Sands Zerath. So, I mean, that's a decent skin. And Headmistress Fiora permanent. That's a that's a pretty good one to have. And a Bouquet Ward permanent. Okay, not terrible. Some pretty good permanents in that one. So, but we're gonna forge this into a chest and key and see what one little bonus thing comes out of it. Like I said, normally I would save those, but if you already have the Soul Stiller Vein and Hextech Annie and stuff, you don't really need to save them. Okay, so Pool Party Leona Shard. Alright, we got 2 more batches to open here. So, Vagar permanent, Blitz permanent, Leona permanent, Sweetheart Annie skin permanent, which I think we already got that earlier. I know we at least got a shard if it wasn't a permanent. LeBlanc, Yorick, and then we get the Sweetheart Annie shard in the same batch of the permanent, so we definitely have the extra shard. The Bouquet Ward, which we just got a permanent of. Gentleman Poro. Okay. And Warring Kingdoms Nidalee permanent. Alright, so that's going to drop us down to the last 10 of the chests, and then we can go through and take a look at everything and figure out what we want to do. So we're going to go ahead and open the last 10. So, Callista permanent, Trundle permanent, Wukong Shard, Beast Hunter Draven, Vancouver Mumu, Goalkeeper Blitzcrank, Karate Kennen, Professor Rise. Hey, we got the Red Baron Corki Legendary Skin permanent. So that's pretty good. And the Golden Goal Ward permanent. Alright. Okay, so now that we've opened everything, we can go through and look. Obviously, all these champions I'll just have to de-essence because every one of them is already owned. So it's just going to be about de-essencing those. For these skins, we don't have this one. I do own this one, but I'm going to save that. I think I might own this one too, yep. So we're going to save those 2 to re-roll with another one and see if that's worth it. But we're definitely going to do some re-rolls here. So we're going to put 2 of these Ezreals in there, and since that is a 750, I want to look for another 750. Yeah, let's just do the Olaf. So basically, this is 750 all across the board, which technically you would think if you put all 3 shards together to make a permanent, that it should be at least a 750. So let's see how that works out. First, you get 100 orange essence, and then Karate Kennen, which we all know is a 520. So you would have kind of lost out on some value there. So let's do that same thing using 520s. So we're gonna re-roll into permanent. We're gonna find 3 520s. Okay, that works. So you would hope for at least a skin of 520 or higher, which the only way to get anything less than 520 would be that one Yi skin, I think. Maybe an Alistar skin. But it gave us Frostfire Annie permanent, so that's good, because I think that one's like 975 or something. Okay. So, we got 2 1820s. I don't know that I have another 1821, but we're going to go with the 975 range. So, that one's 520, 750. That one's 975. This one we already got a permanent of, or so what are we doing? We're doing 975, right? Okay. Championship Callisto, which is we already own that, so we'll roll that. Dragon Slayer Jarvan. I mean, okay. Alright, so up here, I kind of don't want to reroll the Annie, although it is already owned, so we will, and that one's owned. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna reroll these expensive ones, and then let me see which one is the next most expensive one that we have up here. I think it's gonna be this one. Put that one in there. And did that Annie not go? Okay. So we've got some pretty expensive shard value here. We got the Essence, and you get Nightblade Irelia for that. So basically for the Annie, you know, these epic skins, you end up with Nightblade Irelia. Okay. So now we're just going to put some random ones in. Reroll that, and that. Let's see what happens. Renegade Talon. Pretty sure that was a 520 skin. Could be wrong, but I'm fairly sure. Alright, so Sweetheart Annie. We're just going to reroll that. The ones that are like the legacy ones, I'm not going to reroll just because I think with them being legacy, this might be the only way you can get them now. So unless I already own it, I'm not going to reroll the legacy skins. Hey, we actually got a legacy skin out of that, the Bad Santa Vager. So, so we're gonna go Barbarian, Scion, Beast Hunter, Draven, Blood Moon, Shin. Oh lordy, the Iron Solari Leona. Okay. Do Imumu, Galactic Azir, and Harbinger Cassidon. For All-Star Akali, but at least it's a legacy skin. So, like I said, sometimes it's nice to just have legacy content. We'll reroll this. Like stuff that's not purchasable in the store. I feel like it's always worth, even if it was a cheap one. If you can't purchase it, you can't purchase it. Doesn't matter what the price is. So. Striker Ezreal, which is another legacy. Okay. And then we have good old Karate Kennen. What did it say? Yeah, he's a 520. So we're going to reroll that. Reroll that. And reroll that. Academy Ari. Okay. I mean, it is a newer skin. So we're going to reroll the Kench, the Nightmare Tryndamere, and the Pool Party Lee Sin. And we get Blood Moon Zillion. Okay. I think that's a fair trade for those three, right? Alright. So Pool Party Leona, Safecracker Evelyn, and Sand Scourge Skarner. which the only cool one out of that, in my opinion, is the Pool Party Leona, but you never know. We'll get something cool, right? We'll get that Legacy Perseus Pantheon. Okay, so pretty much a lot of legacies left up here. Actually, I think everything's legacy except for these three. So we are going to reroll. Now, see, I wonder why. Now, I rerolled a Sweetheart Annie before that acted like it was a skin shard, but maybe I rerolled the skin permanent, so that makes whatever we got really not worth. Alright, so we'll just reroll those three. Not that it mattered. I don't really care about having Sweetheart Annie or not. But okay, Goalkeeper Blitzcrank, which we had a shard for over here. So let me make sure. Let's see this. See, isn't that permanent? That was supposed to be permanent, right? Because it has the gold border around it. Yeah, so it didn't charge anything to unlock it, but it was kind of misleading because it was hard to... I'm pretty sure I re-rolled the Annie permanent on accident because it still said that it needed an amount to upgrade or whatever. But anyway, we did get the Blitz full one, so we're just going to go ahead and disenchant that. And then, like I said, I definitely want to do this one. So we want to upgrade that to a skin permanent. Okay. Now the same thing with the wards. Let's re-roll wards into a skin permanent. I definitely have 3 of these. Plus, I already have the actual ward itself. So it gave us the Poro ward permanent. Okay, and I don't really. I mean, I know it was for like a Valentine's Day thing or whatever, but like I really don't like that ward. I don't. Dragon Slayer, you know, the Gentleman Poro, and the Dragon Slayer Poro. See, I think I'm gonna end up crafting those 3, so we'll get rid of these 3 and see what we get. Hey, we actually got the Gentleman Poro permanent, so I won't have to actually craft it. How about that? Now we can disenchant that. Alright, so that's pretty much it. These were all permanents. See where it says champion permanent, they have a gold border. And because of that, well, any of these that have the gold border, let me unhighlight them. All of these were permanents. These were the permanents that we got out of 90 chests. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 permanents. One Malphite duplicate. So you get 13 permanent champs, and I'm assuming we had probably about the same, somewhere around 8 or so skin permanents, plus a couple like ward permanents, and I think the one permanent icon. Not, yeah, this one here, that Aime. So, like I said, it's really pretty much just an on your own call on whether you feel like that's something you want to take a risk on. Obviously, if you don't own a lot of champs and you don't own a lot of skins or anything, you won't risk getting duplicates. You might come out better because some of the champs that it'll give you are, you know, somewhat expensive. But I wonder, let's see, let's go by value. So you would have gotten, the highest value you would have gotten would have been 3 of the 975s, and then of course we re-rolled the skins, so that doesn't matter. But I mean, it could definitely work into your advantage depending on which ones the permanents land on. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to unbox all of those, show you guys, and I mean, I can do another unboxing video at some point. And actually, that should be a permanent, right? Yeah, that one's a permanent. So not that I care to have it or whatever, but it is a permanent, so we'll leave it there. But yeah, so that's let's see, we did 90 of the special chests, and then I had 10 or 11 regular chests plus a couple of gemstones that crafted out. So I mean, we'll just say 110. So we opened up 110 chests. You saw what we got. Use that to make an informed decision if you decide to spend money on riot points or whatever to buy that kind of stuff. And if it's worth it to you, then do it. And if not, then just do it the old-fashioned way. Just spend the money on exactly what you want. Wait for them to go on sale for half off or whatever, and that way you get exactly what you want. Me, sometimes I like the randomness. I like the random surprise of, like, I wouldn't have thought to buy that skin, but I do kind of like it. So anyway, that's the end of this, and one of these days I'll get back around to playing League of Legends for you guys, but with the stuff that's happened with them in the past, I'm really not caring too much about streaming League of Legends at the moment. Maybe that'll change in the future when I become a Teemo main. Alright guys, take it easy.